Hi, Jen Gilchrist here, your soul alignment and success mentor, and now host of your Soulful Snippets with Jen Gilchrist, which is a weekly live series to be able to just share some divine wisdom and intuitive insights and information that want to come through with all of you. So please say hello as you're dropping on, whether you're live or on the replay. I'd love to know who is here. Today's topic that wanted to be shared was how are you energetically overwhelmed? And today I want to share how has you as an intuitive, empathic, highly sensitive person can really gain some insights and some tools so that you can use these sensitivities and turn them into thriving gifts. Hey, man, thanks. I realized the sound didn't work the first time. So thank you guys for being patient. So today I'm going to share with you, how you can tell if you are energetically overwhelmed in the first place, right? Because I know this was the beginning of my dark night of the soul. My first dark night of the soul experience really it was a catalyst for a spiritual awakening for me to become aware of this information back in my early 30s, so about 12 years ago. And so I'm going to share with you how you can differentiate that, how you can see if this is you. I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to really turn your sensitivities into your greatest gifts, and share a little bit of my story as well so that you can hopefully glean some insights for yourself as well. So the first thing I want to share is, the importance of recognizing these sensitivities if you are a highly sensitive person, empathic or intuitive. And let me know below if you resonate with being highly sensitive, empathic, or intuitive. I'd love to see who's here. Most of my clients tend to be, whether they realize it or not when we first start working together. But for me, how this worked out was my very first business. I was a hairstylist and makeup artist. And so I was literally touching people. And so I noticed that people who are in the service industry, who are touching other clients or in close proximity or in one-on-one services with people, this is really essential information to really help your business grow and thrive. Because if you don't have a handle on it, if you're already feeling energetically overwhelmed, even though you're wanting more clients, you'll kind of have your foot on the pedal and the brake at the same time and not allow yourself to receive more because you're already feeling overwhelmed and don't want to take on that extra responsibility, if you will, right? And so it can be really unconscious if you're not aware of it. Another thing is it stopped me from speaking. Public speaking has already been one of my biggest fears. And until I could kind of get a handle on my sensitivities, being on the internet like this or speaking in front of large groups, even though I saw that as one of my big visions, being highly sensitive really stopped me from pressing play and pressing go live for a long time. And so I hope today is going to share with you just a little bit of ways of how you can recognize this. Back in my hair, when I first found out I was highly sensitive was I was working on a client. I was shampooing her hair actually, and I never get headaches, right? So I'm shampooing her hair and everything was great. We're going over to do the haircut. And she says, oh my gosh, I don't know, you must have magic fingers. I've had a migraine for 3 days and I feel great. I don't know what you did, but I feel so much better. And so it was like the first time that I recognized that how this works, right? How the transference works, because all of a sudden I had this massive migraine, which I had never had before. I'm going to back up just a tiny bit because prior to this experience, I was working in the industry where I would leave work exhausted and overwhelmed, right? So I would go home and I would just want to get off of work and have French fries and wine and, food. And I realized that, food and alcohol was really a way of numbing. And I didn't know what I was doing, but it was really that I was using food and alcohol as a way to feel grounded, as a way to kind of shake off the day. All I knew is that when I got off of work, my back would ache. I was exhausted. And it was like, don't talk to me until I can get some food and some alcohol or a glass of wine or something in my system. And that was just kind of how I thought it was, right? Until I ended up having my dark night of the soul moment, which some of you may have heard that story. I'm not going to go fully into it, but I just want to explain like how it can manifest before you're recognizing. It's just being exhausted or drained around certain people, or just feeling like your back hurts a lot, right? Those are some symptoms that I noticed. Hey, Mim. Hey, Heidi. Thanks for joining. And so, when I hit my dark night of soul moment, one of the things that came out of it is I learned about this idea of being highly sensitive or being empathic. And that basically means being aware of energy and feelings and thoughts or emotions of other people around you, of the world around you, and taking it in energetically and processing it through your own body in a way. You don't have to, but the overwhelm, the energetic overwhelm I'm talking about is when you're taking this energy in your body in a way that is bogging you down, right? It's in a way where you're matching the energy. It can actually be confusing if it's your thoughts, feelings, or ideas or somebody else's. Another way that I found out in the very beginning when I was kind of learning, and by the way, we are not victim to any of this. I want to preface it out there right now. These sensitivities are our gifts, right? And so I take full responsibility for any time I'm taking on somebody else's energy, right? It's all about having the awareness and learning these things. That's why I'm sharing these stories. And as we become more aware, we can learn to manage the energy in a healthy way for everyone. And that's where true healing can occur, right? So another way that I noticed how this was affecting me was in my actual relationship. I had, hey, Novi, thanks for joining. I was confused. Like one day, the next, I wanted to be in the relationship, then I didn't, and I did, and then I didn't. I was kind of going back and forth. And what I learned at that time is kind of in the beginning of my journey as well, awakening journey, was that we were recording it at the second chakra, right? So I was kind of not sure if I was feeling and aware of his emotions, but I was running them and thinking that they were my own, right? Another way this can look is if we don't have clarity on something. And as spiritual, purpose-driven entrepreneurs, as anybody, but especially if you're driving your business forward, and if you don't have clarity, this is a problem. And of course, it could be some form of fear or resistance. But another thing that I've noticed is that when you don't have clarity, because let's face it, your soul always knows, right? So there's a glitch in communication between your higher self information and your physical body awareness, right? And so what can happen is if you don't maintain your energy regularly, other people's ideas, thoughts, opinions, judgments, demands, fears, confusions can get kind of in here in your crown chakra or in your body somewhere, in your energetic body, and it can create a block in your being aware of what's, again, taking it on as your own fear or your own doubt when it's actually not. So these are some reasons of how it can manifest and how it can affect you, and why it's so important to really gain this energetic mastery for yourself so you can turn these sensitivities into your gifts. So I'd love to see if any of you, whether you're live or replay, do you identify with being highly sensitive, empathic, intuitive, all of the above, or even just what I'm sharing with you is kind of giving you some aha moments. I'd love to know. Because this was super powerful for me. It was the beginning of me really living an empowered life and creating the life and business that I desire, right? That feels purposeful and joyful and without limitation. And so, so that's kind of, some of the stories around how this could look, how it could be affecting you and impacting you in a negative way, right? Now, the plus side to this is these are gifts. This is your intuition, right? This is your psychic abilities. I believe we all have these abilities. And so when we begin to learn to, basically, I feel like energetic cleansing on it, like a daily maintenance. It's like you take a shower every day, you brush your teeth. You also need to do some energetic maintenance on yourself to help keep that energy clear and flowing, so that you don't get stuck and confused and bogged down, right? And so, of course, you can use some simple tools like salt baths are great to just kind of let go and release. Physical exercise, being out in nature, essential oils, all of those things are great supportive tools for highly sensitive, or for anybody, I believe, but especially I think that highly sensitive empathic people will recognize these as like major gifts that help you just show up in the world as your full, vibrant self. But the hugest one is meditation. A style of meditation that I teach and practice is all about being in your body, right? It's about connecting with the earth, connecting with your body. It's about embodying your spirit, embodying your energy and your soul, right? And when we can do that, we can just be magnetic, right? We can feel amazing. We're going to be in synchronistic flow. We're going to have our intuition open, inspired ideas. We're going to feel alive. We're going to feel motivated, and we're going to be magnetic to others as well. And so this is a powerful place to be. And so just spending even a little bit of time every day connecting with your body through breath and meditation is a very big key to start to gain that awareness and mastery and begin to clear out everybody else's gunk so that you can tune in to really hear the voice of your own soul, right? One quick tool that I can share with you today, if you have a meditation practice, that's awesome. Let me know how that's working for you, or what you do if you have other things that you like to do. But there's a meditation that I created called the TLC body meditation. And I just love the acronym on that because TLC, right? It's self-care time. Like we need this, especially we need to fill up our own love cup for sure, but it's also it's a quick reminder. So how you could practice this is even just 5 minutes of connecting with your body. So first you would close your eyes, take a couple of nice deep breaths and really connect with your body, right? Hey, Melissa, I need to learn how to do this. Oh, awesome, woman, you're in the right place. So this is really simple meditation to practice with, right? So you connect with your body and you breathe in deeply a few times, right? You can just even tap your face, your head. This is your intuitive sixth chakra, your body. Really touch your body, because where your attention is where your energy and your awareness will start to be, right? When we're in the future worrying about something or creating a trip or picking up the kids or whatever we got to do, part of our energy is actually forward in that space. When we're worrying about the past, we're deep or feeling guilty or feeling mad about something that's happened, part of our energy is back there. And so part of this is just having your awareness right here in what you would call, or Eckhart Tolle calls, present time, right? Being in the present moment. And so when you take that moment and connect with your breath and your body's always in the present moment, right? It's always present. So you want to bring your attention here first. And then T stands for talk to your body, right? So first it's like, okay, so what do I need to feel at, whatever it is you desire, whether it's to be at peace, to have more energy, to maybe release, maybe you notice you have back tension or something like that. So it's like, what do I need to feel better now, right? We'll just keep it simple. So T is talk. So ask your body, right? Get present and ask. And then listen. This is the tricky part where we can talk and forget to listen. So this is where we practice quieting the mind to be able to hear our intuition, right? Our guidance, what our body's wisdom is telling us. And so that can come in the form of visions, feelings, thoughts, ideas, right? It can come in different forms for different people, all of which we have. Typically, people might have one or two areas that they're most strong in, but you can cultivate all of them. So know that we're all intuitive, whether you are practicing. It's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the more it gets stronger. But you're tuning in and you're kind of just listening and hearing, what does it need? And it will often be something about your body. It will often be, take a walk, drink more water, get a massage, something about self-care, because that's usually the first place we have to come back to in order to be able to move forward in a more grounded, present, alive, empowered way, right? And so that's listen. And then C is commit. So then you got to commit to the action, right? You got to take that action. So often we can get our guidance and then not take the action. We can just blow it off and not do it, in which case nothing changes. So the TLC body meditation is just kind of a quick beginner's way to start to tune in, and it's something that you can even do throughout your day. If you're at work, sometimes you can just take a 5-minute bathroom break and just go in and connect and start to really just shake off what's going on and reset yourself and reset your intention and how you want the rest of the day to go. And so that's a powerful way to get started. But for energetically sensitive people, having a meditation practice will change your life. It will change your life. It will blast open your intuition. You will feel so much more alive, energized, intuitive, excited, purposeful, and it will really help you be in a flow of manifesting and creating the life you desire so much more easily, right? And if you're trying to grow a business, like many of the people that follow me are growing coaching or purpose-driven type business, then you will not allow clients in if you're feeling overwhelmed. You'll have the foot on the pedal and the brake at the same time, right? You'll want more clients and money, but you won't take it because energetically you're already burnt out. And so this is really important to do, and just everybody will benefit from this. I think that the people closest to us, our family, we get energetically enmeshed with, which can create communication glitches, irritation, things like that as well. So this is just an essential way to really have a better life. A couple things I want to share with you. Thank you, by the way, for joining me. This is my first episode of what's going to be a weekly series called Soulful Snippets, named by my daughter. She came up with that cute little jingle. I like it, at least. Where I'm just going to channel a message and some sort of intuitive insight or information or inspiration that needs to come through for people on that day. And so this is what came up today, is this energetic boundaries and energetic overwhelm and how to master that for yourself. I do have a free gift that can walk you through a little bit longer version, like a 20-minute guided meditation of that TLC body meditation, which also helps you learn how to release cords from others. Again, anytime we're energetically cording in with another person, we have to take full responsibility for that and really start to heal that space of why we're taking on that energy in the first place. and so that we can stand in a place that can actually elicit greater healing for everybody. And so that's a very powerful healing that you can have. And also a short video on how to recognize your intuition and how to work with your angels. So that's a free gift. If you're interested in that, type free gift below and I'll be happy to share that information with you. And the last thing I have is my energetic mastery course for spiritual and intuitive and empathic women, or anybody really, that can help you. It's a digital course and it has like short videos, guided meditation each week. There's like 4 weeks plus a whole bunch of bonus recordings that teach you how to master your energy. It's teaching you a meditation practice that allows you to ground, to flush out your energetic system, your body system. And when you're doing this, it's actually awakening your intuition at the same time so that you can start to use these tools to manifest and create your life from, right? So it's a definite win-win. The first part is just cleansing and clearing, getting focused and present, releasing anxiety and stress. But then from there, your gifts will begin to open up. And I teach you how to use these tools to set the energy of a room for speaking, for those of you that are wanting to speak, or even communication with your family members so that you're not energetically just swapping energy all day. I know for me, without these tools, I would never have gone live on Facebook, right? Public speaking was one of my biggest fears always. And a big part of it was being energetically overwhelmed and aware of all of the energy and information and ideas and judgments and thoughts that would be coming at me, made me want to just leave my body and I'd get frozen. And so learning how to not have to be overwhelmed by them, but now be able to be in my gifts, right? And still be present with it and not have to take it all on in a way that's detrimental. It doesn't actually help anybody. Is so useful. So that's a really powerful course. It's a $500, $497 regular price course, but I felt really inspired to put it out there for $197 to those of you that might be interested in that as a special right now. And for the first 5 people, I'm actually going to include a 30-minute aura reading with me to help you really master your tools and your intuitive gifts as well. I help you kind of unblock some of those spaces for you and give you some insights. And that right there in and of itself is $197 value. So those are for the first 5 people as well. Will receive that private time with me. So if that sounds interesting to you, put energetic mastery below and I'll be happy to share more insights with you on how to get that special price. And once the bonuses are gone, I will put that in the comments so you'll know it's available. If it doesn't say it's not available, it's available. All right. So let me know how this supported you. What was your biggest aha? Do you resonate with this idea of being of the energetic overwhelm? One more thing I will say about this is I've noticed that there's a common denominator with a lot of my clients and with people that I know that are highly sensitive, empathic beings, right? Where it starts on an energetic level, right? When we're energetically kind of leaky boundaries and all over the place, we tend to have some patterns of using alcohol or food, or addictions can be very much a way to be as a coping mechanism to manage this overwhelm. Another way it can show up is in relationships, maybe feeling like the doormat, being a people pleaser, avoiding conflict, not wanting to rock the boat, maybe kind of keeping the peace in a sense, because energetically it's overwhelming when people are angry at you, right? Or what's another way? Having codependent type relationships for that same reason, right? Wanting to keep the peace in a sense. And so those are all ways that sometimes are just like, it starts as an energetic thing. And then once it's not handled in that way, it becomes a physical expression, right, in the world, in our relationships with others, and in our physical body. I believe that's where disease and sickness and things like that come from as well. So it starts with an energetic blockage in some way, and then it manifests into a physical form. And so all of this is just really powerful information. I encourage you to just check it out. Practice the TLC. Share with me, any other insights that you'd like to share. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer questions here as well. So thanks for joining me for my first ever episode of my Soulful Snippets series. And I'll be back again next Friday at noon Pacific time on my business page. I apologize for being late today. My sound was not on the first time. Was not aware of it. So we're starting a little bit later today, but next week will be noon Pacific time. So thanks for joining, and I will talk to you soon. And share this with your friends. If you think that this video is helpful, please share this with other people, because this is going to be really valuable for people. I know it was life-changing for me. So have a wonderful day, and I will talk with you guys again soon. Bye-bye.